All right, here we are back again. I'm like back again, back to back with Heather Newman at ESPC19, community reporter in the live stream booth. And we have the lovely Laurent Pierre.
That's right.
Did I do that well?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
fabulous. From ShareGate.
That's right.
And community enablement manager.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So we didn't go with the traditional community manager because that has an association with social media.
Yeah.
But that's not what I do. So yeah, I don't really touch on social media. I've got Sophie, who's probably aware. Someone right here is filming me without me noticing. But yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do? What's that job entail?
Yeah. So my job is it's very important for ShareGate to be involved in the community.
Yeah.
And before, when we were a little bit smaller, we were kind of like winging it. And at some point, we needed to be more organized,
right.
and have someone that's in charge of actually making sure that we're involved in the community, that we're sponsoring events, that we work with MVPs, because MVPs are always organizing their own events.
Right.
They're organizing SharePoint Saturdays and meetups. So yeah, essentially I'm that person that works with them and makes sure that ShareGate's them and supports the community.
That's cool. What's your favorite part of your job?
Honestly, well, I like traveling. Sometimes there's a little bit too much, though.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, but no, honestly, just getting to meet all those people.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like, we're only based in Montreal, right? So we don't have offices anywhere. So my job allows me to get out of the office, meet all the people, get some connections.
So you home base and then you.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So from Montreal to pretty much.
Do you personally go to all of the events for the most part?
No, I try not to. Like, there's
I mean, how many events do you do a year?
It's not that bad, honestly. Like, I managed to sit a few out, so I do the bigger ones. For instance, like it's like a SharePoint Fest, for instance. There's a lot of them in the year. You see a lot of familiar faces, so I'll do a few of them, but I won't necessarily do all of them. So I'd say, I don't know, between like 10 and 12 during the year, so it's not that bad.
That's cool. And ShareGate is a gold sponsor, is that right?
No, I think we're platinum.
Platinum?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, you have a big old booth, so.
Yeah, it's right over there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's awesome. And then are folks from your team speaking as well?
We have Benjamin, who did he did 2 sessions. He has another session today. I don't remember exactly at what time that is, so I know he talked about, he got a session about Teams, he's got a session about modern SharePoint, and I'm not sure what the third one is about. And we also have Stéphane Lapointe, who he's our Azure MVP.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, exactly. So he did a session on Azure Blueprints, and that was Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
So with my marketer hat on, I really have always appreciated your marketing.
Okay.
And you're very innovative and you do fun, cool stuff. So in that vein, what's fun and new and cool that you can talk about that's not a surprise?
And in terms of marketing, you mean stuff that's coming up?
Yeah.
Well,
anything?
Well, it's kind of like a weird moment because we are in December when the review of doing all our strategy for 2020.
Yeah.
So we haven't done the whole strategy for 2020 yet.
Most people haven't. Let's be real.
Yeah. So I know when we get back, that's the first thing we're gonna sit down and we're gonna. But no, I mean, if you guys haven't seen, we've got our new stickers that have been pretty popular. So they're little puns around popular TV shows. So if there's people around here. So if you don't have the chance to be at ESPC, we'll bring them with us at other conferences. So there's still a lot of content coming up as usual. Anything outstanding?
I mean, you always have great booths, and thank you for the party. ShareGate and
yeah, of course.
Had a really nice party the other night, so thank you for that.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun, and many parties at many events, which are great. So everyone in the community and the attendees always appreciate those.
Yeah, it's people are away from home. It's fun to have some fun to have a good time. So it's important for us to.
I gotta tell you, the photo booth at that party was so fun. That guy that ran it,
he was good.
So sweet, and we had so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean. We kind of camped out there for, because we put our bags down and we just a bunch of us we kept getting pulled in to the picture. So there's probably 500 pictures of me.
So you were with Tracy, right?
Yes,
I know Tracy. She was like I said, I'm a user adoption specialist, and she was like bringing everybody in there.
Yeah.
And she actually got it rolling. I think you were part of that gang too.
Absolutely. It was super fun. Yep. So that's cool. And so for you, how did you let's talk origin story, because I don't know that about you. Where'd you come from? How'd you get into IT? What's that?
I got in IT through ShareGate, honestly. So I'm sales and marketing first.
Okay.
So I used to work at a whole other industry. It was construction materials, so nothing to do. It was my first job coming out of college.
Cool. Alright.
So then it was like not really my thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I looked at GSoft, which is the parent company of ShareGate.
Right.
And I joined already 4.5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm still fairly new to the IT scene, but you know, slowly and but surely, I'm learning the ropes.
That's fine. And where are you from?
I'm from Montreal, born and raised in Montreal.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I moved to British Columbia when I was young, so
Okay.
I got to learn English there and not get too
okay.
much of an accent, not too much of a French Canadian accent.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a little bit there, but
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak?
Two, just the two.
Just the two. Yeah. I know more people should speak many.
Yeah, I mean it's. I want to. I wanted to learn either Japanese or or German. I don't know. Those are both languages that sound very interesting to me. I don't know. It's like just the sound of it.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes it's just about your ear, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And but I never really took the time to actually actually sit down. Yeah.
So for you, when you travel as much as you do and you're running around all the time, so like what's a typical something that you do to chill out or just get away, and what revitalizes you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, if only there were time for that. Honestly. Yeah.
You don't want to burn out, my friend. So.
No, exactly. So no, but typically it's depending like a nice city like Prague. Sometimes I'll just get a little bit early, especially when it's in Europe, right?
Yeah.
So you want to be able to fight the jet lag a little bit before you get into it. So we get a little bit early. So honestly, like there's no just the walking around, especially when it's a beautiful city like Prague.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I don't have like a magic trick or anything.
There's no magic trick.
No, unfortunately.
No.
Do you have one?
I think for me, I do a lot of writing, so I do journaling.
Okay.
So not just writing for, but journaling for me. And I've gotten into meditation in the last year.
Okay, cool.
And then finally getting a trainer. That's been fun.
Okay.
Like getting in the gym and moving your body, I think is really important. Walking, getting outside or whatever.
That's fun. It's easy to do. You can just do that straight from your hotel room and
Absolutely. And for you all, I think, to me, were really innovative in the use of video for your marketing.
Yep.
And I know there's a story behind that team and how that evolved. Will you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's super cool.
We always did a lot of we always did a lot of video. I think this year especially was important. So like in trends and marketing, there's a lot of there's a better reception when it comes to video. So we decided to try that out more. So you might have noticed there's a lot more video in what we do in social media.
Yeah.
Hence Sophie, that's right there. She does a lot of content, and we have Mathieu at the office. So he's a digital content creator. So he's all audio, video. So he's a dedicated person in our marketing team that helps us with all our video.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was actually working. I'm coming back to your other question.
Yeah.
We got a cool little Christmas card video that'll. There you go. So. Mac has been working on that for a few days, and he sent us a little spoiler.
Little preview?
It's a little flashback video with a little Christmas
cool.
Christmas twist. Yeah, so keep an eye open for that.
Yeah, and do you were you involved in or know the story behind you came out with a bunch of new products,
right?
And and one word names,
Yes.
Yes. Will you talk about that process of like building the brand for that a little bit?
That was
Apricot.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
And,
Apricot, Overcast. Yeah. So different stories for those two products. The big challenge was so we're coming up with multiple products. People know and love the ShareGate brand.
Yep.
So how do we go about creating two new brands? So that's why there's a lot of thinking, a lot of long thought process behind that.
Sure.
But we decided to take the name away from the single migration product and make ShareGate not only the product but become the brand, right? So that was kind of like the hardest part.
Yeah. That was a big change.
Yes, exactly.
That was a really big change.
Yeah. And Apricot also kind of like same process. We did big brainstorm with the whole company, just like have a beer, and we invited everybody. Everybody was like writing names on paper. It's actually a pretty hard process.
Yeah.
So actually, Apricot stuck around. But Overcast, on the other hand, is something that was built in what we call the G Lab. Like I said, ShareGate is part of a company called GSoft.
Yep.
And we have some sort of innovation incubator in the company.
Yeah.
And that's where Overcast actually came out of.
Okay.
So, after some time, they do like an MVP of the product.
Right.
It stuck. People liked it. So they decided to move forward with it.
Right.
And it just made sense to incorporate into ShareGate because we are addressing kind of the same community, right? So it is also something that has to do with IT.
Yep.
So it just made sense to incorporate it in the ShareGate brand.
Yeah.
So so we didn't come up with that name. It was actually given to us with an existing name, but we liked it,
Fair
so
enough.
it made sense.
Yeah, I love the iteration of that. It's almost like with that one, that was more. I would not agency, but it's from your incubation house.
Right, that's right.
Inside of the parent company, and then the other one was really something that you, not gamified, but it was like one of the surfed between everybody in the company.
Yeah, and I think it's also Benjamin's baby project. He was out there on the field, he was talking to a lot of people, and he really saw that the need, for teams governance.
Yeah.
And we're hearing a lot of people, and they come and see us, it's like, it's that team governance. How can you help us? So there is a need for that.
Yeah.
But you're right though. It was like it is a little bit of crowdsourcing. It's Ben being here, having a lot of conversation.
Yeah.
So actually, Benjamin also moved into a more product-centric role. So he's kind of like his pet project.
That's cool.
Yep.
Do you find that I being CMO for Content Panda, and I do a lot of marketing with lots of companies and stuff, and I find that the sales and marketing sometimes when I'm going into a client, right, and I'm looking at trying to help them with their messaging or their strategy and all of that those parts of the businesses are disjointed. And it's not like I'm like, is ShareGate, that's not what I'm asking, but it's more about like, do you find the synergy between sales and marketing? And do they work together well? I mean, I assume they do because you guys are doing a great job.
I mean, we've always had a good relationship, but it wasn't always easy, honestly.
Yeah.
So I think this year especially, we did a very good job at aligning both departments.
Yeah.
But it's true, like the old kind of rivalry between the sales. The leads aren't good. It was like, hey, why are you not closing the leads?
Right.
That never happened. That was never an issue.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that you don't think about. It's important that we sit down often with the sales team, and we have this year we had both a new a marketing manager and a sales manager.
Okay.
So and those guys got along really quickly, very well, very quickly.
Yeah.
So we're always sitting down with the sales team, especially for instance for an event like this, right?
Yeah.
So there's sales objectives, there's marketing objectives. So marketing needs to attract people to the booth.
Yes.
So, but it needs to make sense for the people at the salesmen at the booth also. So there's a lot of collaboration. It's something that we've improved, I'd say, over the years, and it was a big focus for us this year. But you're right. There's always seems to be that gap.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like also having ran marketing for AvePoint and worked for a number of different companies, and I'm here and I see all of these booths, and we know how much these things cost, to come. And if you're doing a lot of them, the cost is a lot, right? And so making sure that you have, and cost per lead, CPL, isn't the only thing you calculate, but I think that a lot of people sometimes they come to these things and they what I love what you just said is that you're actually running a program. You're doing a pre-event on-site and post-event, right? And it's like rinse and repeat, right? And using the same probably project plan and using and actually tracking a budget.
Yep.
Yeah, that's super cool because I don't think most people do that.
No, not everyone. It's and then again, it's something that we've improved over the years. Like before, as we were like, okay, let's go to a conference and let's do this,
let's see what sticks.
It's like, how was the conference, guys? I think it was pretty good.
Cool.
It was pretty good, yeah. And then over, you get more focused. You're really focused on your objectives. But I mean, objectives are there to help us, make sure we're all aligned.
Yeah.
But in the end, I mean, for us, what's always most important over getting leads is the brand aspect and connecting with the community, right? So, especially like I said, always in Montreal, events like this, they're not just like we can do marketing online. If we come here, it's because there's all those connections that we can do with people.
Absolutely.
And that's what's the most important thing when it comes to events for us.
That's super cool. I love your job title. And what you get to do. That's super neat.
It's I was sitting with my manager because I used to work on the partner program and I switched to that role.
Yeah.
So we worked on this kind of like job description and it didn't have a name. So it was like, well, how do you want to call that? And I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter to me. I know what I need to do. So it was like community manager. It was like, that usually means you do social media, right? So I was like, and Sophie already does that, and she's social media manager, So so just came up, I was like, what am I doing? What's my role? It's like I'm actually there to leverage ShareGate's resources and share them to enable the community. So yeah, that's kind of like how it came here.
Yeah. What's next for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, I've been in that role for about a year now. There's still a lot to be done. For us,
Yep.
also, it's very, very exciting. So I'd say the next big thing for me is all the Azure side, right? So we're very well known, and we have a lot of friends in the Office 365 community. But
Yep.
as we move in the Azure community with Overcast,
Right.
you know, we don't know many people. Not many people know us. So
Right.
it's super nice. It's a nice challenge, but it's also super exciting to meet all those new people.
Yep.
So I'd say that's pretty much the next big thing for me is,
Right.
like again, we need not only myself but the whole company, right? So we're kind of learning the ropes. Who's who in the community?
Yeah.
Are there events?
Right.
Are those events good for us?
Sure.
Are they not?
Yeah.
Which one should we go?
Yeah.
And on the Office 365 side, we've pretty much, I guess, like not nailed it, but we've kind of understood it.
You know your
I mean,
deal.
we've done the same events a
Right.
little bit over year. But Azure is just like
Whole new world.
completely new, so
Yeah.
we'll get to
Cool.
discover that. Yeah.
Right on. Well, awesome.
Yep.
Well, thanks for chatting with me.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
was like, come in here and chat with me. Yay. You know?
I just walked in. It was on my way to get my coffee.
Yeah.
Sure enough, I was like, when you do an interview. Like,
Yeah. So
all right.
awesome. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Of course, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
All
So
right.
everybody, where are we? I almost said ESPN. Oh my God. ESPC19 live stream booth with Laurent.
That's right.
So,
Right.
and ShareGate, and go check out their booth and go check out their awesome marketing and check out their great products. So how about that? And see you later.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.